The year is 2028. The 120th Congress has passed the Fair Representation Act, reforming our congressional elections. Because of these changes, parties other than Republicans and Democrats have a chance to win. This is Sophie, and she's getting ready to fill out her ballot. Let's look at the two big changes in the FRA, how these changes create multiple parties, and why this makes our elections better. First, instead of filling in a bubble for a single candidate, the new ballot asks Sophie to rank her preferred representatives. This is called ranked choice voting. In the past, Sophie has felt like she's just voting against the party she can't stand, so this ranking system is considerably more sophisticated. As such, she's taken some time to ponder the issues and where each party stands on those issues. The Republican Party is still on the ballot, and that's who Sophie has normally voted for in the past. However, a Balance the Budget Party is running, and they claim that they'll take the federal deficit seriously. Sophie has always been extremely concerned with the national debt, and she's felt like neither party has made any real effort to control it, regardless of the lip service they give to the issue. So, after reading up on their stances, she chooses to rank Balance the Budget first and the Republicans second. The Democrat Party has also split, with the Democrats' Citizenship and Woke parties on the ballot. Sophie hasn't ever voted blue, but she's really impressed by the Citizenship Party. To Sophie, it sounds like they have good ideas for a practical pathway to citizenship without carrying the baggage of more liberal policies she's uncomfortable with. She ranks them third. For the first time, Sophie is excited to talk to her coworkers about their votes. Jerry decided to just rank the Republicans first. He says he expects the government to be incompetent either way. Aubrey has always been the liberal one in their group, but Sophie is interested to hear that she chose to rank the Citizenship Party first, the Woke Party second, and the Democrats third. She and Aubrey have a surprisingly wholesome discussion about which policies from the old two-party system were actually attractive to each of them, instead of just seeing each other as an opponent on the other team. Here's the second change: multi-member districting. When the votes are tabulated, here's how the first place votes fall for the whole state of Utah. There are 4 seats up for grabs from these votes. That means we set the winning threshold here at 20%. The Republican Party is already above that, so they win the first seat. The surplus Republican votes are then transferred over to their second choices, increasing the totals like this. When that happens, the Balance the Budget Party is above the 20% threshold. Then these surplus votes are transferred. No one is above the 20%, so the lowest vote getter, the Woke Party, is eliminated. Those ballots transfer to their second place votes, and now the Citizenship Party gets a seat. The Democrat Party is eliminated, and finally, the last seat goes to the Republican Party. In all, the Utah delegation sends 2 Republicans, 1 Balance the Budget, and 1 Citizenship representative. This is substantially representative of Utah's demographics, and nearly everyone in the state has a representative in Washington who they voted for. This same effect is seen in all 50 states. Now, let's see how this nationwide multi-party democracy is better suited to making effective policy. In the new 121st Congress, the House breakdown is wildly different from 2 short years ago. Instead of the 50-50 split we're used to, there are 6 factions, 5 of which possess substantial minority power. Each party has its own priorities, but they need to collaborate with other factions to pass legislation. For instance, the Democratic Party and Citizenship Party are natural allies when it comes to immigration reform. But they know the law needs to be attractive to other parties to actually pass. They modify their flagship legislation to emphasize decreases in expensive policing, detention centers, and legal hurdles. They also close loopholes that have led to fraud and abuse in the past, and show how much additional tax revenue can be earned. These practical considerations are enough to bring the Balance the Budget party on board, and they all collaborate on this policy to create something that 70% of Americans agree with. Another example. The Republican and Balance the Budget parties would like to rein in spending, but they have to convince other parties to participate. So they find compromises to bring in elements of the woke and Democrat parties. This includes decreasing spending for the military and increasing taxes on the top 1% of Americans, alongside cuts to Medicare and Medicaid and increasing the age of retirement. Everyone feels ideologically hurt by at least some of these policies, but with the voter mandate to take it seriously, American debt is able to slow down to a manageable pace. For the first time, Sophie feels like the vote she cast was heard in Washington. The important difference is that more than one party can win at once. Instead of one party's wins being the other party's losses, 3 or 4 parties can work on an issue and all look good together. With just 2 parties, the minority's goal is obstruction and to win the next election at any cost. After all, if you help the majority party make good legislation, doesn't that just make them look better for the next election? By contrast, the new and improved voting system elevates the voice of voters. It creates compromise and policy-driven Congress that can solve real problems.